Today I am going to tell you about what is the state one has to achieve. As Sri Krishna has said it in the Gita, describes Sthita Pragya, the second chapter, but it's very difficult to understand him. It is not so clear-cut as your mother is. So people don't understand what he's saying. And they ask a question, how? How do you reach that state of Sthita Pragya? How do you get to that stage? But Gyaneshwara, when he wrote his Gyaneshwari, he called it as the Sahaja Sthiti, means the state of Sahaja. He didn't call Sthita Pragya. He called it as Sahaja Sthiti, meaning the state of Sahaja. So he describes the Sahaja in a very beautiful manner and very subtle. Of course, Gyaneshwara also very few people understand, I think. A person who reaches that state is like a mirror. And so many faces pass over that mirror. So many look into that mirror. So many decorate in front of the mirror. But mirror is the same as it is. So the person who is a Sthita Pragya or the person who is Sahaja is not bothered about what is facing him, who is facing whom, where he is. He stays within himself. He contains within himself. Like the sun, if the sun plays with his different rays, he is not lost. All the rays again return to him. In the same way, all the senses that we have, all the senses that are there do play around. But for a person who is in a Sahaja state, it doesn't matter, it makes no difference. He is not involved, he just plays around. Again, all of them come back. This is the state you all have to achieve. Then you are really Sajogis. But I still find people lost getting money out of Sajoga, some people lost getting out of leaderships, some are lost in getting jealousies and envies and all that. So that means a lot of work has to be done still within. There is no need to work as such if you leave everything. That's why I always say meditate, because when you meditate, what happens that all these things that are pulling you down are finished. Gradually they disappear because you become yourself. You get content by yourself. And you are never bored. I am never bored. I don't know what boring word means, you see. When it is with you or alone, I never get bored. What is there to get bored? If you are not involved into anything, you never get bored. Another thing is you rise above all these things like greed. Now people who are greedy are still involved, making money here, making money there, all that thing. Those people who are still full of lust are still organizing some things like that. But in a Sahasthiti, you just watch. You are just a witness. You are not lost into anything that is pulling you down. Just watch. And this watching state, this witness state, is the Sahaja Sthiti. In that you become so subtle. You become yourself, meaning so subtle that nothing can disturb you. Nothing can change you. Now you start seeing yourself separating from all these things. Some people come and tell me, Mother, see, my ego is very bad, you just take it out. He sees his ego. He sees what is the problem is. Somebody says, Mother, my navi is very bad, I'm still busy with the money. He sees it. First starts the knowledge about yourself. We call as self-knowledge. But one has to even go beyond self-knowledge. By that knowledge, what do? We have to see. When you have the knowledge, first we say there's no knowledge. People have no knowledge, they're ignorant, there's darkness, all that. Now the light has come, you can see. You can know what's wrong with you. Now you start separating yourself from all those things that you see as wrong with you. You see them getting out. So many nonsensical things there are. Like we have jealousies, envy, greed, lust. I mean, it's horrible things to say on a Diwali function. See? So the Diwali is that one by one, so many lights are enlightened. And you start seeing it first. First you start seeing what is wrong with it. And then as you see it, you don't want it. Then you work out to get rid of it, to become clean. Now this also knowledge disappears. You don't have to have any knowledge. You are there. You are there. There is no need to know about your chakras, you are just there. At that stage, nothing matters. You become just like a stone, I can say. Stone with a brain intact and a heart intact and a liver intact. You just don't mind anything. Don't get upset with anything. You just enjoy the love and compassion. That's true. And the ripples that come back to you. Even that is lost after some time. And you are just nothing but Sahaja. That is the state people achieved. In those days, they achieved the state. But with that, what lacking happened, that get lost. They all got lost. They couldn't do anything to others. One person getting it, becoming great, finished. Or two persons at the most. So, now Sahaja Yoga stands first of all at the knowledge state, where you have the knowledge. First, you should first of all have full knowledge about yourself. The self-knowledge should be complete. Then in the third stage, we should say that when the knowledge is full, you should get rid of all those things that you know about yourself, which are useless, which are hampering your progress, which you know is wrong. Like I see some dirt falling on my sari, I'll just clean it out like that. Then you start separating yourself into that Sahaja state. But still, in Sahaja Yoga, you develop another dimension, which is collective consciousness. That is the modern Sahaja Yoga. In the olden days, they didn't have this. So they just all got lost. Now you have collective consciousness. And in that collective consciousness, you start feeling others, feeling for others, compassion for others, and you start working out for others. This is the state in which once we rise, we will call it a Sahaja Sthiti. In the Sahaja Sthiti, you think you are doing nothing. Everything is working out. But at this stage, if I tell you, say, oh, we are not doing anything. Why should we spread Sahaja Yoga? It's not our job. Just now. That's not your sthiti. That's why. It's difficult to explain to you what is this sthiti is because you have to achieve it. Once you achieve it, then you are in a very subtle state. And that subtle state is nothing but bliss. See, it is such a simple thing one has to understand, that the state in which one has to rise is a state where without doing anything, everything works out. If that is your state, all right, but it's not so. So you have to rise up to that state by doing. First you have to do it. First you have to know, and then knowledge has no need. Don't have to know. But first that has to be worked out, and brought to that level. Now, Diwali has this significance that on Diwali day, what we do, we put lights all over. So that we put Sahaja everywhere. But does the light know about itself? Does the candle knows about itself? She enlightens everything, but she doesn't know. Like the moon which is giving moonlight, does it know itself? Does he enjoy? Nothing. In the same way, it happens that on a Diwali day, what you are doing is enlightening people, you are enlightening them, you are doing all this for them. It's a good idea. You must do it. But also know that you have to become the lamp yourself which doesn't know yourself. So there are two messages. The first one is that we have to enlighten the world. We have to enlighten others. This is the first one. Then we have to become that which is the light itself, and light itself doesn't know. Get to that state, you have to work. And work is to spread Sahaja. You have to enlighten many lights. That means you will realize that you are the light which is enlightening on that. And then in a subtle way you will realize that I am the light. Those who do not give self-realizations to others, who just come for the pujas, these things are mediocres. They cannot rise very high. This coming to puja is what, like you just rise higher with the puja, then again you go down. But those who steadily grow will grow into this state. I am sure in my lifetime I should be able to see such people who are such that if they stand here, they emit peace, they emit light, they emit everything. Because they are the light. They don't have to enlighten, but they are the light. Then this bliss, knowledge, everything becomes one, nothing but bliss. And you are in that state of bliss, which you don't even know, but just that. The greatest bliss is that you don't know it, anything. You're just there.